Well, a very good day to you, wherever you might be listening to this webinar. Welcome to our Mental Health Awareness Week for 2021 and our morning mindfulness session. This is Natalie Ashdown here with you from Open Door Coaching. Before I begin, I'd just like to acknowledge the traditional owners, the custodians on the lands on which we meet today, all around the world, and their continuing connection to the land, waters, and communities of Australia. We pay our respects to them and to their elders, past, present, and emerging. So our opportunity today, wherever you're listening to this webinar, is just to take 10 minutes of mindfulness, to tune into ourselves, to just let the world stop for 10 minutes while we really recharge and regenerate ourselves. There's a growing body of research that shows that mindfulness is so important, particularly in the times that we're experiencing at the moment. We know that mindfulness can actually reduce stress and anxiety. It can improve attention and our memory. It helps promote self-regulation and empathy. So it puts us back into a grounded state, allows us to breathe again so that we can high perform. There's a lot of research related to high performance and mindfulness. We've seen it in elite athletes. We've seen it in our armed forces. So there's heaps of research that also includes brain scans and the functioning of the brain as well to show the positive impact of mindfulness. And today I want to introduce you to boxed breathing. So for those of you that have followed me in mindfulness practice over the various events that we've actually done, you'll know that I'm a really big fan of boxed breathing. It's used by Navy services, it's used by emergency services, it's used by our armed forces, our ambulance, to actually really regulate our stress systems and our anxiety systems, bring us back to a point of calmness or regulation where we can actually high perform. Now, I know there's a lot of people on the line that have actually been doing mindfulness with me for some time and even the whole of this week. So I want to welcome you all back, and we'll continue our practice of boxed breathing because I really think it is one of the most effective practices that we can do. So just a quick little graph to show you that back in Coach Week in 2020, I'd clocked up 4,541 minutes of mindfulness. And then back in Coach Week 2021, I'd actually clocked over 10,000 minutes. Now, the reason I'm sharing with you it's not to show off, it's actually to let you know that using this app, 10% Happy is the app that I use. There's lots and lots of apps out there. Just by clocking 10 minutes a day, that's all we actually need. I'll do 10 minutes perhaps in the morning on a walk. I'll do 10 minutes perhaps in the evening. I'll always do 10 minutes before I go to bed, but I don't do 30 minutes every day. I might only clock 10 minutes. So with just 10 minutes a day, maybe not even a couple of times a day, over a couple of years, like over a consistent 2 or 3 year period, you can actually clock a significant number of minutes. And I like the 10% Happier app because it allows me to do that. So I want you just to have a think about that because you don't actually have to sit on a mat for a whole hour, just 10 minutes here and there, even in the middle of your day, on the way to a meeting, between meetings. We can take the opportunity to do box breathing, and it makes a massive difference to our nervous system, our stress levels, our anxiety levels. Fantastic for kids too, because you can count it as well. So this is what we're doing for those of you that haven't seen it before, just to introduce you to the technique. As I said, there's many of you on the line that have been doing mindfulness practice with me for some time now. So that's okay. It's a practice. We want to go back to the basics. Just remember what we're doing. So we're going to breathe in, and then we're going to hold our breath. Then we're going to breathe out, and then we're going to hold our breath again. So breathe in, hold our breath, breathe out, and then hold our breath. We're going to breathe in for the count of 4. So I will count you. And then once we kind of get into it, I'll stop. I'll stop counting. But you might find that that counting continues in your head, which is absolutely fine. It certainly does for me. That counting for me is actually part of the mindfulness. So we'll breathe in for 4. We'll hold our breath for the count of 4. Then we'll breathe out for 4. And then we'll hold for 4. So for those of you that have been with me all week, this is the beach that I would like to go to if we're not in lockdown. It's our beach down at Sandy Point in Wilson's Prom in Victoria. The tide's out, the sun is rising, or maybe for you, the sun is setting. But wherever you are today, you've just taken this time for yourself for mindfulness practice. So let's begin together. I'm going to turn my video off so that you don't get distracted by me, because I'm a bit of a mover when I do mindfulness. I'm a bit of a rocker and a swayer, rocking side to side, particularly when I'm standing. So you don't want to be distracted by me. But wherever you are, let's just take a moment to tune in onto our breath now. You might like to do this mindfulness practice with your eyes open, or you might like to gently close your eyes now. Just notice the feet on the ground, your hands resting gently. And on the next breath in, just relax your face a little bit and your jaw. Maybe give that head a little roll. A couple of creaks here and there, and a bit of a roll of the shoulders. Ever so gently now, as we tune into our breath. There's nothing to do now, except just tune into our breath. Whether you're sitting or you're standing, or you might be even walking. Just allow that connection to the floor, gently resting your hands and gently breathing. Thoughts will come and go. Maybe there's things you've got to do today. Just let them come and go like clouds floating across the sky. We can get to those in the next 10 minutes after we've finished. And maybe you'll hear some sounds. Let's just acknowledge that there's sounds around us as we sit or stand, focusing on our breath. We don't have to force mindfulness, just be here. There's no wrong or right with mindfulness. We can't think, oh, I'm mucking this up. It's just time that we're taking to tune into our breath and to ground ourselves. And when you're ready, let's breathe in together for the count of 4. So we breathe in, 2, 3, 4. We hold for 2, 3, 4. We breathe out. 2, 3, 4. And we hold. 2, 3, 4. Deep breath in now. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Breathing out. 2, 3, 4, and hold. 2, 3, 4. Nothing to do. 2, 3, 4. As we hold. 2, 3, 4. Allowing thoughts to come and go. 3, 4, and hold. 2, 3, 4. Breathing in. Hold. Breathing out. And we hold. Over to you now. We're breathing in. Breathing out. Let the sounds come and go and the thoughts of the day. Just being here together in the moment. We're focusing on our breath. And on the next breath, I just invite you to breathe in whatever feeling or attribute or strength you might need for the day. Maybe it's calmness. Maybe it's confidence. Maybe it's courage or persistence or joy, fun, whatever you need. Let's breathe it in together and hold. 2, 3, 4. Breathe out together. One more deep breath in. Calmness, whatever it might be for you. And deep breath out all the way now. That's the way. Last one now together. Deep breath out, all the way out now, like a balloon that's releasing all of its air. That's the way. Now, wherever you might be, you can just sit for a bit longer if you like. You're more than welcome to. But for those of you, you might like to orientate yourself to your world. Just gently open your eyes. Give that head, shoulders a little wiggle. For me, I feel like I need to do a big stretch at this point. But just allowing that breath to be there. Thank you for taking the time to do morning mindfulness or wherever you're listening to this webinar today. We've just taken this special time out for ourselves to ground ourselves, to just keep ourselves in a state of mindfulness so that we can be high performing, so that we can tackle our days or our nights or whatever's going on for us. As I said, if you can just take 10 minutes, just like we did, you can do box breathing anytime you like. So as I always say, thank you for your practice, everyone. Thanks for joining me this morning. And I hope you have a wonderful day or evening. I'll say goodbye for now.